Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchan from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. So, today I wanted to start talking to you about the laws of the universe. A lot of people I talk to, they are always sad or stressed about life being very unfair to them. And I don't blame them because I was there at one time, so I perfectly understand this. And it doesn't make any sense when we are going through life, going hitting blows one after the other, and not really understanding why is this happening to us. So here I want to tell you something, that if you're going through this and if you start to understand how the laws of the universe work, you can immediately stop whatever you're going through and start to change your life and start to get good results. Instead of attracting people hurting you, you will start to attract people loving you, for example. So I'm going to be talking about just one law today, but as we go along, I'm going to talk about different laws. Like in every video, I'll take a different law. So the law I'm going to talk about today is the law of relativity. Now, these laws are not in any order, but every law is important. And what are the laws actually? Let's put it this way: we didn't create the universe, we call the creator God, right? So, God is not, in my opinion, and I think this is now resonating with a lot of people, God is not just one person sitting up there in the sky like how we used to think. Or God is not in the different, in Hinduism we say murtis, like idols. Each idol actually represents an energy force. So in the universe we have these laws. They are also called laws of nature because we didn't create nature. So if we look at nature, we can understand all these laws. Now, scientists have called everything to be made of energy. So I have studied this information from the scriptures, and when I got into this information in a scientific way, to study it as a scientist, because I was not ready to believe that the blows that I was getting was for my own growth. I couldn't understand that. Okay, so when I studied this material really like a scientist, I discovered the truth, and that we what I actually discovered is exactly how we are the ones attracting everything in our life and how we are creating everything in our life. We are co-creating. So let me talk about the law of relativity. Now, this is based on the fact that everything is energy. Okay? And it's like these laws exist, and if we think in harmony with these laws, we are going to have a very good life. Everybody will have their share of problems probably, but we will have a very good life if we have an attitude that's in harmony with the laws. But if we violate these laws, we are going to get the results for the same. So now, a simple example for the law of relativity would be, I want you to imagine three jars, and they are in three different sizes. We have small, we have medium, we have large. Now let's take only the medium one. All right, just imagine for now. So there's a medium jar in front of you, and those two are not there. Now, if I were to ask you, is that jar big or small? And you may look at the jar, there's nothing else, and you may say it's maybe big or small according to how you would think it. And then I will come back to you and I put the small jar next to the medium one, and I put a big one next to the other one. Now I ask you, okay, now is this jar big or small? And if you look at it with respect to the small size jar, it is big. And if you look at it with respect to the large jaw, it is small. So the logic behind it is that nothing is good or bad, big or small, right or wrong, until we don't relate it to something else, right? So if I related the medium jaw to A, small, it was big. And that same jaw became small when I compared it to the large size jaw. So how does this law apply into our lives? We can say that nothing is either good or bad in our life, if you think of it like that. Now, if you compare your situation to people who are less fortunate than you automatically feel blessed. That's the feeling that comes all the time. And if you compare yourself to people who have more than you, who are more abundant than you start to feel less. You don't, nobody likes it. So you start to feel you have less, right? So what happens, what does that mean to us? Our emotions are our energy in motion. All right? So this energy, the emotion, let's say you thought of something, it's not a very strong emotion, but once it comes down to your heart, it's really a strong emotion. And there's a quotation by Abraham Hicks who says that the universe is actually not punishing you, it is not blessing you, it is simply responding to the vibrations that you are sending out. So if a person is sending out low vibrations, feeling low, they cannot attract anything good. They will attract something that is similar to that vibration. And that is why the law of attraction that was featured, that was talked about so much in the book The Secret, is not even a primary law, it is a secondary law. So the primary law to that is the law of vibration. And we, human beings, we are composed of 70% water, sorry. We are a molecular structure that is always in a state of vibration. Now, what state are you in is going to determine what you attract back into your life. And I'm a very left brain person, so I need logic to understand something. If somebody just tells me, you should write gratitude, start a gratitude journal, and I don't see anything to be grateful for in my life, I see everyone is hurting me, it doesn't make any sense for me to do that. But if somebody explains it to me like this, totally logical, with a sound factual background, like the law and how it actually works, and it makes so much sense and it is so simple, right? Now, I would even tell you, don't even believe what I'm saying. Why don't you start a gratitude journal? Because I did that, and I can tell you at the end of, after practicing it for like, say, 30, 40 days, I was in tears. I was really in tears, realizing how I was blessed. And I was not looking at the blessings of my life. I was continuously focused on everything that was going wrong in my life. And that just made me attract more things that were not good. And it's such a simple exercise. So try to put this into practice. Encourage your children to have a gratitude journal, the whole family. Let this be a practice. It has to become a habit in every household to do this. And I would say, do it for your kids because they are watching you, especially if you're a parent. They are watching you. Children don't do what you tell them to do, they do what you do. So if you put this into practice, you will see amazing results. And this is my guarantee to you because I have done it and I know it works. It has worked for millions of people. So how do you write a gratitude journal? I suggest sorry, that you always start by writing, I am so happy and grateful now. Maybe you won't feel happy, maybe you won't feel grateful when you start out, but the more you do it, the more you practice it, the more you practice it, the more you make it a part of your life, you will see that you're going to attract so many more things to be grateful for. So do it and let me know how it feels. Leave a comment below the video. I would appreciate. Thank you so much. Bye bye.